Hello and welcome to a new episode of Real Spooky Stories, the place where I tell your real spooky stories. If you'd like to share your story, please email me on 𝕮𝖍𝖎𝖘𝖙𝖒𝖆𝖘, or you can follow any of the social media links below, or submit your story on the subreddit below, Real Spooky Stories, with 2 S's, I believe. Real Spooky Stories was already taken. But anyway, I've linked it below, I've linked everything below, and yeah. You've joined us on day 6 of 13 Nights of Christmas. I'm enjoying doing this so far. I've obviously already done 5 episodes and we have got another 8 to go. All the way up until Christmas Day started on Friday 13th. So if you haven't listened to them, go back and have a little listen. I'm excited for today's one. This has got to be my favourite one so far. What's the most Christmassy person to exist? Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas, and this one is about Santa Claus himself. I love this one. I just literally got excited when I saw this, so I'm excited for this one and I hope you are too. So let's get into it. This one is from the subreddit 𝕿𝖍𝖎𝖏𝖊𝖓, and it is titled Santa Claus is coming, ... As weird as it sounds, there are apparently paranormal Santa Claus sightings happening. Below is a story a friend shared. This friend was 5 or 6 at the time of their experience. I also spoke with someone who said their neighbour growing up shared a story. She was an elderly woman and shared the story with tears in her eyes. She was out walking alone through the snow in the countryside one night when she began hearing sleigh bells. Above her in the air flew a sleigh with white reindeer. The man in the sleigh was a muscular mountain-type man with a long beard and a pointed green hat, like some early renditions of Santa. He was holding a wand. True story? I don't know. But there are many accounts involving Santa, and most of them appear to be creepy or eerie. I shared 2 links below, one from a site called Mysterious Universe, and below that, a Reddit thread with people sharing their experiences. There's many more. Here's my friend's account. Now, these Santa sightings, I'm intrigued because once when I was about 5 or 6, I was convinced I saw Santa flying in the sky. I told my mum, which at the time she played it up, but later as a teen I brought it up and she said it must have been an aeroplane in the sky, but it definitely wasn't a plane. It didn't move in a straight steady line like a plane, nor did it have the blinky lights like a plane. I don't know, I still remember watching it through my bedroom window, watching it in the night sky, weaving up and down. It looked exactly how you'd imagine Santa in a sleigh with reindeer flying through the sky would look. It even went across the moon in a very classic silhouette. You could only see it because of the moonlight. Not close enough to see any detail like colours or anything, it just looked like a sleigh with reindeer gliding across the sky. I woke up at 2 a.m. from excitement. I crept out to the living room and saw the presents from Santa and the stockings and was really excited. I went back to bed but obviously was too excited to sleep. I was just waiting for there to be enough daylight and wake up my parents. I was staring out the window while laying in my bed when I saw it. So that was the friend's encounter, and they have linked the Mysterious Universe link below, but when I click it, it just says access denied, so that page might not exist anymore. This was only from a year ago as well, this post, and they have linked the subreddit below with other people's stories, but that is from the subreddit paranormal, which I need permission from the original poster to read that, and I haven't got it because I didn't realise I needed to get it. So if you want to have a look at that, obviously this story will be linked below, so give it a little click and then you can click them links yourself and read them. But some people have commented on this post and shared their experience, so I'm going to just read one of them now. I just shared my wife's story on another sub a couple of days ago. It's really strange. After she told me, I started investigating online and found out that there are people who've had strange encounters with, well, Santa. I can't make sense of it, but my wife is not the type of person to make this up, and you can tell she's sincere about the whole thing. It's eerie. She's from a small town in the mountains of West Virginia. It's basically a village nestled in the mountains. Back in the early 80s, around December, her father was outside just before dark, messing with something in the garage, when he yelled for her mum to come and look at something. My wife, being around 5 or 6, followed her to see what was going on. She said she remembers her parents startled and confused. When she saw that he was pointing at the sky, she looks up. She said there was Santa in his sleigh, reindeer and all. She said it was silent and producing what she can only describe as stardust. She said the people who were outside were all completely shocked and confused. Her being so young thought it was strange that people were confused and scared because, well, it's Santa. She said she could clearly make out the sleigh and the reindeer. Her parents are actually her grandparents, so they are in their late 80s now. Her father doesn't remember it at all, which isn't surprising considering his condition, and her mother remembers seeing something strange that day but doesn't recall what it was. Let me say this, I completely understand it's difficult for people to believe anything a stranger on the internet says. I don't know what they saw, but I know my wife. She's not the type of person to lie or even exaggerate. She's a very matter-of-fact type person and has zero interest in this kind of stuff. To her, anything supernatural that's weird. Anyway, she doesn't make a big deal out of what she has experienced, and if it weren't for my curiosity, she would likely have never brought it up. That was strange. Okay, so also on this is a little bit confusing. Also on this post, they have linked their post again on another subreddit called Humanoid Encounters. And it's the same post, but there's people's stories in the comments. Someone's commented on this. I woke up to sounds on the roof like someone walking. I was on the second floor, went out to my room down the hall and the balcony and the stairs that led down to the living room where the tree was set up. And right there on the couch, I saw a big, long-bearded man dressed up as Santa, sitting with his head in his hands and elbows on his knees, like he was taking a small break. I quickly ran to my mum's room to wake her up and come see, and of course he was gone when I got back to look again. It was super real, and honestly for years and years I thought my mum paid her sister's husband to come trick me. That would be one hell of an elaborate trick to set up. But yeah, now that I'm grown up, I tell that story to everyone as if it was real. Probably just a vivid dream I have held on to, but it's fun to tell kids. That's a bit creepy actually, like I don't like that. That could have been like a Santa from like a shopping centre and he's in your house. I don't know. Someone else commented, when I was around 4 years old, very late on Christmas Eve, I heard my bedroom door creak open. I opened my eyes and saw a man in the traditional Santa outfit looking at me. I gasped and he put his finger to his lips in a shushing gesture. I closed my eyes for a second and when I opened them, he was gone. And believe me when I say that my father was definitely not the type of man to dress as Santa. I told my mother the next day and she just gave me a really peculiar look. Somebody commented back, what feeling did you get about him? They put, it happened so fast, it was a sense of surprise and awe, plus I was a tiny bit scared, but there was nothing threatening about him. Somebody has commented, when I was 5 or 6 years old, I can vividly remember even now, laying in my bed upstairs which faced a window. The curtains were open and it was Christmas Eve night. I would still swear on every Bible, tome, relic, whatever you want me to swear on, what I saw, and 100% do not believe it was a dream. Laying in bed staring out the window, I swear that I saw hooves on the bottom of a sleigh go by my window, and a few seconds later I heard a bunch of thumps on the roof. Is Santa real? I don't know. I'm 37, my rational mind says no, but I have also seen ghosts, UFOs, and other strange things throughout my life. So my, you've seen this and that, mind says maybe Santa is real. Honestly, if he is, that's fantastic. Does it follow the Hallmark story of telling it? Probably not. But still, I 100% believe I saw what I saw, and nobody will ever convince me otherwise. Only because I still remember a lot of my dreams from childhood until now, but I knew they were dreams and or nightmares. I do not believe at all that seeing the hooves and sleigh railings, that it was a dream. Last one, my friend's mum on Christmas morning found a really unique and old dark red leather strap on her roof with these big golden brassy bells on it. They had to hang it by their door 24/7 after that, so I always saw it, but I've never seen anything like that before or after. I know I've just said that's the last one, but I've just seen another comment. There's literally loads of comments on this, so I urge you to go and read these because they are spooky. Okay, I'm just going to read one last one. I know that I've just said the last one was the last one, but it's this one. I mean, maybe kids and people that really believe are the only ones to see anything. My nephew thought I was the best aunt as a kid. Christmas Eve, he would sleep with me. I was probably 19, he was 5. I get him super hyped because I love Christmas so much. We were laying in bed for a while talking about Santa and presents and that whoever woke up first would wake the other one up. We both heard bells coming from above us on the roof. I will never forget it. Everyone else was already asleep and the only person that would venture into the unfinished attic would have been my dad, and I know he wasn't up there jingling bells. Nobody believed us, obviously. We still talk about it to this day. He remembers. I had 2 friends that each saw weird leprechaun-type creatures when they were younger. One used to watch this little man walking on his shelves at night. He'd go under the bed and disappear. Another used to lay in bed and have a clear view in the long hallway and would see these little tiny people walking up and down the hallway. Both swear to their stories. The houses were only a street apart, so that's sort of strange. Somebody commented back, that's wild, were there bells in your attic at the time? Do you think it sounded as if it was coming more from the attic or the roof? They wrote back, no bells up there, just planks of wood and insulation. Definitely sounded like a roof. I figured someone would try to say it was something in the attic, so I wanted to make it clear it wasn't the attic. I mean, who knows, but it's made a really interesting story over the years. They said, how long would you say the bells were jingling for? And they said about 15 seconds. My nephew was 5, so maybe I was just part of his experience. She said that because the person said everyone who seems to have these stories are like under 5 or like young, which is true. I feel like every story here is from a young age, but people are commenting saying when you're younger you're just open to more things, like when kids see paranormal things and things like that. I think it might be something to do with that. Yeah, there's loads of comments on this, and not even just about Santa, about Easter Bunny, things like that. So have a little read. Literally, I feel like this is my favourite one. Like, Santa is real. Santa's real, and he's going to come to all of us. And he's real. But it just makes me think, though, if he's real and he's actually flying past people's windows and landing on the roof, like, if you've got kids listening, cover their ears right now. But obviously, it's your mum and dad that put your presents in the living room and stuff. So what is Santa doing at your house? Like, what's the end goal? What's the reason why he's there? Because it's not like on like a movie where something shows up and then the mum and dad look at each other and say, did you put that there? I didn't. Like, it's not. I feel like that's never happened. But so what is Santa actually doing there? Like, that makes it a bit more spooky even. But yeah, I think this is my favourite one by far. This one was a bit all over the place, I'm sorry, because there was just so many comments and threads and blah 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 about this. But I urge you to look at the comments on these, click the links, have a look, because I feel like you could spend a lot of time doing this. This is probably going to be the longest episode because of all the little things attached to it. But I really enjoyed that one, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for listening. If you like that, please give a little like and a follow and a comment below. Have you ever saw Santa? Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for episode 7 of 13 Nights of Christmas. Halfway through. We're halfway through now. Love that for us. But also, I'm going to miss this. I've actually enjoyed this, but we've still got halfway to go. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. for another Christmas spooky story. Bye.